Hi, I'm Alaya. After 3 exhausting days of meetings in Chicago, I dragged my suitcase up our driveway just after midnight. I noticed Derek's car was there, but after 5 years of marriage, I wasn't surprised he didn't wait up for my late flight. The house was dark as I crept inside. I left my suitcase in the hallway. Unpacking could wait. After a quick bathroom stop, I slipped into our bedroom, made out a figure under the covers, and changed in the dark. Within minutes of sliding under the sheets, I was out cold. Morning sunlight woke me. I rolled over and froze. Long blonde hair splayed across the pillow next to me. Derek has short brown hair. What the hell? The woman turned, revealing herself as Vanessa, Derek's assistant. Her eyes widened in confusion. Alaya? I thought you weren't coming back until today? What are you doing in my bed? Derek invited me. He said you were fine with it, that you two had an arrangement. There's no arrangement. Where is he? He left early, said he had a breakfast meeting. I grabbed my phone, calling Derek, straight to voicemail, twice. How long has this been going on? A few months? But he always said you knew, that you were okay with it because you travel so much. The front door opened downstairs. Honey? You home early? Derek's voice carried up the stairs. I marched down to find him setting down coffee cups, still in gym clothes. Morning meeting, huh? That's funny because your assistant is upstairs, in our bed. His expression shifted from surprise to concern. What are you talking about? Vanessa's not here. Cut the crap. I woke up next to her. You must have been dreaming. You're always disoriented after those red eyes. Vanessa appeared in the doorway. I should go. Derek's face paled. This isn't what it looks like. Really? Because it looks exactly like what it is. I turned to Vanessa. He told you I knew? She nodded, eyes darting between us. I stepped outside to the patio, dialing my best friend. Maya? It's me. You're not going to believe what just happened. Girl, it's 7 a.m. on a Saturday. This better be good. I just found Derek's assistant in my bed. Holy shit, I'm coming over. Don't let him touch anything or leave. And take pictures. I went back inside where Derek was frantically whispering to Vanessa. You told her what? Why would you say I invited you? Because you did. You said she knew. He noticed me and switched gears instantly. Baby, she's confused. I was helping her through a breakup, let her crash in the guest room. I wasn't in the guest room, Vanessa said quietly. See? Your lies don't even match. I crossed my arms. Maya's on her way. You might want to get your story straight before she gets here. Derek paced the kitchen as Maya arrived, hair still messy from bed, but eyes sharp with fury. So this is the famous Vanessa, Maya said, looking her up and down. Didn't realize homewrecking was part of an executive assistant's job description. I didn't know they were still together, Vanessa whispered. He told me they were separating. What? I nearly choked. We're not separating. Derek stepped between us. Everyone needs to calm down. This is all a misunderstanding. After Maya helped me kick both Derek and Vanessa out for the day, I started digging. Derek's laptop password hadn't changed in years. Our anniversary date, ironically. His email revealed months of flirty exchanges with Vanessa, plus calendar entries for client meetings that mysteriously aligned with my business trips. The next morning, I met James, Derek's business partner, at a coffee shop downtown. Thanks for meeting me on such short notice. James fidgeted with his coffee cup. Look, I've wanted to say something for months. Derek's been acting strange. Missing meetings, diverting company funds for client entertainment that doesn't add up. How much money are we talking about? At least 30 grand over the past 4 months. I nearly spat out my coffee. That's more than entertainment. That's our down payment for the lake house. Back home, I checked our joint accounts. Sure enough, large withdrawals had been made while I was traveling, alongside credit card charges for jewelry and hotels I'd never seen. My phone buzzed with a text from Derek's mother, Caroline. We need to talk. Lunch, the club, 1 p.m. Caroline was already sipping white wine when I arrived. Derek told me about your ridiculous accusations, she said without preamble. They're not accusations when I found his mistress in my bed. That girl is confused. Derek would never cheat. He values family too much. Then why was she in our bed? Maybe you should ask yourself what you've done to push him away. Always working, traveling. A husband needs attention. Are you seriously blaming me for his affair? All I'm saying is marriages take work. And frankly, you've never been good enough for him. I left Caroline with her wine and drove home shaking with anger. Derek was waiting. Had a nice chat with my mother? Your mother's as delusional as you are. She's right, though. You're never home. What did you expect? Not to find your assistant in my bed. It was one mistake. Why are you making such a big deal? One mistake? I saw your emails, Derek, and the hotel charges. His face darkened. You went through my emails? That's a violation of privacy. Funny how cheaters always cry about privacy. You know what? This is your fault. If you weren't so focused on your career instead of being a proper wife. A proper wife? Are you kidding me? You think you're so perfect? You've been a cold, absent wife for years. As he ranted, I quietly activated the recording app on my phone. You know what happens if you try to leave me? You get nothing. My name's on everything. I'll make sure you walk away broke. Are you threatening me? I'm promising you. Try to divorce me and I'll destroy you. No one will believe you anyway. Everyone knows you're unstable from your father's suicide. I kept my face neutral as the recording continued. Is that why you started sleeping with Vanessa? Vanessa was just convenient. There have been others, lots of them, and they all understand me better than you ever did. I met Maya at her apartment the next day, still shaking from Derek's threats. I played the recording for her. That disgusting piece of garbage. We're going to destroy him. How? He wasn't lying about having his name on everything. The annual Baxter Realty Gala is next weekend, right? The one where he's getting that big award? The Developer of the Year thing? Yeah, it's their biggest event. Perfect. That's our stage. Maya grabbed a notepad. We need evidence, witnesses, and timing. My phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. It's Vanessa. We need to talk. Alone. I met Vanessa at a diner across town, half expecting a trap. I didn't know about you and Derek. Not really. Her eyes were red from crying. He told me you two were separated, just keeping up appearances for his business. Then I found these. She showed me screenshots of conversations with other women. At least 5 of them. He said he'd promote me. Then when I wanted to end things, he threatened to fire me and blacklist me in the industry. Why should I believe you? Because I kept receipts, hotel bookings, gifts he charged to the company, wire transfers. And I'm not the only one. There's an intern, Melissa. He's been pressuring her too. I left the diner with a new ally and a growing plan. James called that evening. I pulled the financial records you asked for. Derek's been embezzling company funds through fake client accounts. Over $200,000 in the last year. Can you prove it? Spreadsheets, bank transfers, everything? I've been building a case for months, but he's on the board and they all golf together. What if you had a bigger audience? Say, everyone at the gala? Meanwhile, Derek had been busy. 3 friends canceled plans with me that week, all with flimsy excuses. I spotted Derek's college buddy Tim at the grocery store, and he literally turned and walked the other way. Your husband says you're having some mental health struggles, our neighbor Patricia said when I ran into her. If you need help, the church has a great support group. I smiled through gritted teeth. I'm just fine. Maybe ask Derek about his support group of mistresses. 2 days before the gala, Caroline cornered me at the gym. You need to stop this vindictive campaign against my son. I'm not doing anything, Caroline. He told me about your little investigation, questioning his colleagues, meeting his assistant. It's pathetic. You know what's pathetic? Defending a cheater who steals from his own company? Derek warned me you'd make wild accusations. He's prepared to file for divorce on grounds of mental instability if you don't stop. I leaned in close. Tell Derek I'm looking forward to the gala. I've picked out a special outfit just for his big moment. The night before the event, Maya, Vanessa, James, and I finalized our plan. The presentation needs to be right after his acceptance speech, James said. Maximum audience. I've got the AV guy covered, Maya replied. He owes me from college. And Melissa will be there, Vanessa added, along with 2 others willing to speak up. I looked at the evidence we'd compiled: financial records, text messages, hotel receipts, and my recordings. Tomorrow night, Derek gets exactly what he deserves. The Baxter Realty Gala was packed with the city's real estate elite. I arrived alone in a red dress that turned heads, including Derek's. His smug smile faltered when he saw me. "What are you doing here?" Derek hissed, grabbing my arm. "Supporting my husband on his big night? Isn't that what a proper wife does?" Caroline appeared, eyeing me suspiciously. "You shouldn't have come." "And missed the show? Not a chance?" The chairman called Derek to the stage to accept his Developer of the Year award. He gave a smarmy speech about integrity and family values. None of this would be possible without my beautiful wife, Alaya. That was my cue. I nodded to Maya at the AV booth. The screens around the ballroom flickered, and suddenly Derek's voice filled the room. "Try to divorce me and I'll destroy you. No one will believe you anyway." The crowd gasped. Derek froze mid-sentence. "What my husband forgot to mention," I said, walking to the stage, "is that his success is built on lies." James joined me, carrying a folder. Baxter Realty's books show Derek embezzled over $200,000 through fake client accounts. "That's ridiculous," Derek sputtered. "James is just jealous." "We have the bank records," James continued, as images appeared on screen. "Money transferred to personal accounts, used for hotels, jewelry." Vanessa stepped forward from the crowd. "Hotels where he took me and others while telling us his marriage was over. And where he sexually harassed younger employees," added Melissa, a tearful intern, emerging from the back. Derek lunged for the microphone. "This is slander. My wife is mentally unstable." The screens played more recordings. Derek admitting to multiple affairs, threatening me, planning to frame me as unstable. "Security, remove them," Caroline shouted. "Actually," said the chairman, "security should escort Derek out. And expect a call from our attorneys, James. We'll need those records." 6 months later, I sipped coffee on my new apartment's balcony. My promotion to creative director came with a view of the park. Maya joined me with mimosas. "Guess who called again? Your ex. 5th time this month. He's really leaning into that changed man routine. Too bad the restraining order means he has to change from at least 500 feet away." My phone buzzed with a text from James. "Court date set for Derek's embezzlement charges. Prosecution wants your testimony." "You testifying?" Maya asked. "Absolutely. The harassment charges stuck, but they need me for the financial stuff." Later that week, I spotted Derek outside the courthouse. His designer suits replaced by off-the-rack, his confident stride now hesitant. "Alaya, please. I've been in therapy. I've changed. Can we talk?" "The time for talking was before you cheated, stole, and threatened me. I lost everything. My job, my reputation. I sleep on my mother's couch. Funny how consequences work. Don't you miss what we had at all?" "I miss who I thought you were. That person never existed." As I walked away, my lawyer called with news that Derek's assets were being liquidated, with a substantial portion coming to me as restitution. "How does it feel?" Maya asked that evening. "Like I finally stopped drowning, like I can breathe again." Through the restaurant window, I watched Derek trudge past in the rain, unaware I was inside. Once, that sight might have stirred pity. Now, it just confirmed I was exactly where I needed to be, moving forward while he faced the consequences of his actions. What would you have done if you were Alaya? Would you have exposed Derek publicly at the gala, or handled things privately through lawyers? And do you think she was right to reject all his apologies, or should people get a second chance after they've lost everything? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story of sweet revenge, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories that'll have you cheering for justice. New videos every day.